And the players are indeed ready. All right, let's go. It's time for game one between Rw9 and Purposa. Purposa, the underdog from the Netherlands, up against one of the favorites to qualify today in Rw9. Let's see what Purposa can get up to in this matchup. Rw9 actually failed to make day 2 of the previous qualifier. It was a bit of a surprise not to see him in there. Lost to Sedu, who is the Czech player. But he's, you know, much like Daniel in North America, going to try and show his true form today and qualify at the second try. He didn't play in Q1, failed in Q2, and now here he is in Q3 up against the Dutch player Purposa, whose most notable result lately was beating Toxic in a reverse sweep in Qualifier 1 for Salt Mine Force. This is round 1 of Q3 for the second day of Salt Mine Quals. Purposa, my first chance to cast him. Sneaky challenge there, actually going to lead to a boost steal for the underdog. Yeah, look forward today. The winner of this will play against the winner of Diaz versus Tempo. That's the forecasted second match for my channel today. Rw9 versus Diaz, Brazilian Diaz. And I'll be saying this a bunch because I know a lot of people have been asking and will continue to ask, what is Diaz doing in the EU qual? Well, Diaz is trying to qualify for and then win both Salt Mine main events. He's already qualified for NA main event as the first seed from the Americas. And now he's trying to do the same in Europe. Well, he can't qualify first seed, but he can qualify today or next week in the final qualifier. GigsRL, thanks for the 2-month prime. He says Rw9 3-0. We'll have to wait and see. Purposa there, messing up a wave dash, but half flips onto the mid boost, takes away the back corner boost as well. Rw9 might be in a bit of trouble here, but he does get a flick over Purposa's head to waste some time. I didn't actually get a chance to watch Rw9's loss to Sedu in the qual last time around. Were any of you guys able to watch that? Was Rw9 having a bad day? Did Sedu peak? Was it a bit of both? Rw9 unable to slot that open net after wrong footing Purposa, who's now got a sore nose from face planting the wall. Flip reset for Rw9. But he hits the crossbar with the following touch. Sedu is definitely peaking, bit of both, so a bit of an off day for Rw9. Opponents played well. Sounds a bit like Daniel losing in Q1 for NA. He definitely didn't play at his best, but his opponents were phenomenal, so you can't really take anything away from them. 3-1, Rw9 looking clean today though. Purposa getting on the wrong side of this challenge. Didn't really get anywhere near it after the angle change that Rw9 was able to produce. Yeah, that's one of the nicer things about the double boost in the corners. When both players are fighting for a corner boost, you can see immediately who got it, by which color the boost appears as. Straight line dribble by Rw9, had to flick that before the ball fell off the front of his car. Sneaks the follow-up shot past Purposa, trying to play a double tap off the back wall now, and it does get saved by Purposa. Now, I don't think Purposa has had any notable results in RLCS. He is a player that doesn't have a Wikipedia page at the moment, so he's still pretty new to this level of Rocket League, but he does seem to know what he's doing in 1v1. And Rw9 certainly fully leaned forward in his chair for this match, as he always is. Oh, it looks like Rw9 has outplayed him with an unexpected high touch here. Purposa did pre-jump, so he kind of guessed what Rw9 was doing. Oh, he just took off with way too much momentum there and could not get up in the air for the high pop that Rw9 went for. Now, was that game one for Tempo confirmed? Indeed it was. Elsewhere we do have Diaz versus Tempo. And Tempo from Denmark took game one there. Tempo, one of the highest rated, if not the highest rated Dominus player in EU 1v1. Toxic has actually dropped game one of his series to Mozzarella as well. Mozzarella, the upcoming French player, is doing quite well in ATRs and Salt Mine Quals recently. Look at this, by the way. Purposa tries a delayed kickoff and Rw9 soft counters it with a light pop. Now, this is a really cool counter that you can attempt in your own games if you've got an opponent trying to delay kickoffs against you, at least with a significant enough margin. You can't do that against slightly delayed kickoffs, but against bigger gap delayed kickoffs, more committed delayed kickoffs like Purposa just went for, instead of just trying to hard read it and driving into the ball, you can just jump into the bottom of the ball like that. And what that does is pop the ball over them if they don't jump, or if they are delaying their kickoff. And if they're not, if you've just got a misread in the situation, you'll still get a reasonable chance of deflecting the ball to a safe position, instead of just having it dunk off your car into the ceiling and into your net immediately. Well, Purposa's offense has not really caused Rw9 too many issues so far. Rw9 recently in ones, at least when it comes to ATR Cups, has not been his usual indestructible defensive self. But what Purposa has brought to the table today has not quite been good enough. Rw9 looking extremely comfortable on the pitch, sitting pretty on a 4-goal lead in game 1. Zen and Vatira haven't yet qualified. Yeah, the players who have qualified for EU, as Rw9 misses a clear and lets Purposa come back here within 3 goals. The EU qualified players are Nas, who I'd say is probably the top player in EU right now, Atto, Moxie, and Jorias. So it's a pretty stacked lineup of players who have already qualified, but the biggest names that are missing from the qualified players are Drally, Zen, Vatira, apparently Jack, Naupo, TRK. You know, there's just too many players. Last year we had 12 in the main event for Salt Mine. This year we've only got 8 players per region, so it is going to be a tougher event to get into. Yeah, Vatira and Drally did in fact sign up for Q1, but they both lost to the check-in bot, interestingly enough, and then didn't try to qualify again. So Vatira, Drally, not sure if they're going to try and qualify in the last chance next week. I believe apparently Jack will. He told me he was going to try and qualify next week, so that's one name to look out for. And you can be sure that whoever doesn't qualify today between Rw9, Shadi, Diaz, Toxic, they're definitely going to be back as well, I would imagine, to give it another go in next week's last chance qual. But yeah, I'm not expecting to see players like Zen, TRK, Naupo. I don't think they've signed up for any of the quals yet, so I don't imagine that. I've not heard anything different. I haven't heard that they're going to be signing up for the last one. Who knows? Vatira, Drally, maybe. I haven't heard anything from them either, though. The favorites for the next qual, the ones that I expect to be in it, will be the players who don't qual today, out of Rw9, Diaz, Shadi, and apparently Jack, I would say. That's going to be your 4 names between today and next week who are the favorites to qualify. And that would be a pretty stacked event, to be honest. TRK said he might. He said it in his stream. Okay, maybe. Maybe these players are just waiting for the last one and just going to give it everything in the final qual. Maybe next week's qual is going to be ridiculously stacked. We'll have to wait and see. So a pretty telegraphed pinch attempt by Purposa is an impressive one, but Rw9 was able to see that from pretty far away. Purposa did start flying for that pinch from a large distance. Much better challenge by Purposa. Look at the control as well afterwards, but he's taking too long getting the shots on target. Rw9 recovers and saves it. FC Mono, thanks for the 8-month prime. Welcome back to the channel. At Johnny Boy, what is the check-in bot? The check-in bot is just the bot you have to click. Well, you have to click check-in and start GG when you play. In Salt Mine quals, ATR Cup quals, even RLCS quals. The first thing you do when you go to start GG is you'll get a notification about your match. You click on your match, and then you click check-in. Beautiful goal by Rw9 to kick off the scoring in game 2. Purposa did not expect him to be flying to the backboard here, but likes things. No one said that. I think you'll find somebody did say that. Somebody did ask what's the check-in bot. But yeah, the check-in bot, I have to say this again. So many people think there's actually a bot you have to beat in round 1, like Seer or one of the other Rocket League bots. That's not the case. You just literally have to click check-in, and you've done it. You've beaten the check-in bot. You click the button that says check-in, at which point the lobby details will be shared with you, and you join the lobby again. That's it. So yeah, beating the check-in bot is not as much of an achievement as it sounds. Although you'd think it is, because most players do in fact lose to the check-in bot in round 1. even great players like Vatira Drally. But yeah, last chance qual. If you guys want to play, you have to sign up for next week's qual, which, oh, I should mention, I forgot to mention before now during this game. Next week's EU qual is going to be 1 day earlier, so you have to sign up by Tuesday if you want to play in the final salt mine for Qualifier, which will start on Wednesday, and my stream for the last Qualifier will be on Thursday next week, which is the 21st. So you've got to sign up by the 19th of November. Day 1 of the qual will be 20th November, and then 21st will be the second day of the Qualifier, streamed right here on my channel. So Purposa a chance to take a lead here. He actually had a chance just moments ago after the demo, but couldn't get the shot on target before Rw9 respawn. Rw9 looking to set up another flick with a straight line dribble. Purposa closed the gap and now will take the lead 2-1. Rw9 taking a bit too long there to get the flick started. You can really see the challenge coming with the angle of his approach as well. Kelpa forward, thanks to the 28-month Prime. Welcome back to the channel. The register link should be updated in Twitch chat. Is it? In fact, I need to check if it is. I'll have to do that if it isn't. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, Terry updated it. So if you do want to sign up for Salt Mine, use the !smooth command in Twitch chat, or just scroll down to the YouTube description. It's totally free. It does directly support the event. It makes it more likely that we'll be able to do an event like Salt Mine 5 in the future. Oh, pretty low scoring game here. Purposa much better in defense, but it's mostly been about his pressure and his challenges. That's a great save on Rw9's flip reset, though. It's all about aggression here for Purposa. He doesn't want to turtle up and give Rw9 lots of space to work with. Rw9 with the flavor of the month shot to tie the game. I feel like I've been seeing this in everybody's game. It's just all the time now. Fake flip reset, wave dash, sliding the ball low. And even though that was right beside Purposa, you can still see the acceleration is quite significant. And it does go straight past him and into the net. So possession lead for Rw9, but a goal lead for Purposa. So that's the kickoff goal pass to recover in Rw9. Rw9 rusty, maybe a little bit. He doesn't look completely 100% here. And Purposa's actually going to get another goal. That's really well done by Purposa. Look at this 50-50 as he turns. Manages to get goal side of the ball. Puts it over Rw9. He was trying to rush and challenge him before he expected. Purposa knew Rw9 was coming and punished him for it. Rw9 has had the ball in Purposa's half for the majority of the game. He's had a boost advantage. He's had more possession than his opponent as well. But Purposa has been clinical in this second game, and he easily outplays Rw9's early challenge. Rw9 trying to catch him off guard here, and again, Purposa sees him coming. That's the second goal in a row where Purposa has correctly anticipated Rw9's rush challenge. We might need a !Diaz command. So many people are going to ask about Diaz today. Yeah, Diaz is trying to qualify for EU as well as NA so far. He is 1-1 against Tempo in their match. Tempo's given him a great game though. And Rw9 with a lovely goal to come back within 2 in this one. Let's take a look at Purposa's POV here. Rw9 flip reset, and then the wave dash fake this time. Doesn't shoot the ball with a fake low. He just lets it bounce high into the top corner. Purposa's kickoffs continuing to cause him problems though. It's going to be 6-3. Strong kickoff mechanics by Purposa. I do have to report as well that Mozzarella is now 2-0 up on Toxic. And that second game was 6-0. Mozzarella, the upcomer from France, is having a great start. Taking down Toxic at the moment, who is, like I said earlier, probably the 4th favorite to win. Well, he is the 4th seed today, Toxic. And Mozzarella, despite being 5th seed, is certainly the underdog by a fair margin in that matchup. We're seeing upsets all across the board. Purposa up 7-3 now. Rw9 overextends. He might call GG's. He does call Nexer. Next, he says. So we are going to go next here. Rw9 losing game 2. So that means that Diaz and Rw9 are both now 1-1 in their round 1 match. Everybody thought it was going to be sweeps across the board in round 1. Purposa and Tempo have other ideas. Who's higher seed in North America? Joyas or AJ? AJ is. Joyas, I think, is the 7th seed for the NA tournament later on today. Oh, that's some good sportsmanship by Rw9 in this game. He just dropped GG. Well, you can see the top left there. It says for last game. He said GG for last game. Was what he said there. And now he switched to the Fennec for game 3. Oh, what shot to kick things off. Well, immediate upgrade in the Fennec, it would seem. As Purposa's caught out of position. Thought he could seal that back corner boost away. But he was mistaken. Who are the 2 favorites today? It really, it's up to you guys to decide how highly you rate Diaz on EU ping. I think that the favorites today are probably Rw9 and Shadi, but Diaz is the dark horse. He's number 3. Very hard to know what to expect from Diaz. I think that the on-paper favorites, you know, the guys you'd expect to be winning on EU server are Rw9 and Shadi. Shadi's looked phenomenal recently. He beat apparently Jack in the last qualifier. He made a ATR Cup final recently as well. Shadi's been in his best form of his life. And then Rw9 obviously is Rw9, so you'd expect him to be the favorite today, but we'll see. Great control by Purposa. Look at this. Stopping Rw9's mind game and then lifting the ball into a counter-attacking position. Rw9 boostless, staying on the ball anyway. Little pick up on the small pad. Helps out massively. Rw9 looks out of form. Well, see, the thing is, Daniel in the opening match the other day for the North American second qual for Saltmine 4, he didn't look in top-tier form either at the start of the tournament. He was played very, very close by Wisty, who not many people expected to qualify or be a threat to qualify. And then he just got better and better throughout the event and eventually qualified top seed from Qual 2. So Rw9 is probably looking to do a similar thing today. Just start off with a win. Doesn't really matter how he gets it. He just wants to get a win. And then that's where his real tough matches will begin. This is the one that he's supposed to win, so a little bit of extra pressure on him maybe to show that he's still got it. But yeah, Diaz and Shadi I think are his main competition today. The guys that he'll be mentally preparing for. Oh, what a flick by Purposa. That's absolutely perfect. And Rw9 ever complimentary in the chat. He actually backed off here to try and give himself a better chance of reacting to this. Still nowhere near. That was Moxie level flickability by Purposa. Except to the top right corner. So, you know, maybe Moxie needs to be taking notes on how to score up to that corner of the net. He's always going top left, of course. We're probably the match that's running the latest in this round. I can confirm we've had Game 3 results. Toxic has taken Game 3 against Mozzarella. That's now 2-1 in favor of Mozzarella. And Shadi has swept Krabby. A dominant display from Shadi against Poland's Krabby. Krabby making his second straight day 2 for Saltmine 4 quals in Europe. And Shadi has destroyed him. Game scores in that match, 10-4, 13-2. And 7-3, so Shadi is definitely in great form today. Interestingly, Krabby took down Giac, another French player, upcoming French player, and also Red Mob, who's had some impressive ones results recently in the open qual stage yesterday. So yeah, for Shadi to just obliterate Krabby like that, who's already eliminated a couple of solid players in qualifying for day 2. Very impressive. Maybe Shadi might be the actual favorite for today. Ahead of Rw9 and Diaz. We'll have to wait and see. It looks like Purposa got a little bit lost there. Wasn't sure whether he should be jumping at that ball early or if he should be playing it patiently. Made the wrong decision. Let's see what he's got planned. Off the wall from distance. Not the first touch he was looking for. Has to bail on that air dribble attempt and in fact loses control completely. turnover possession for the Saudi Arabian pro. Not a lot of boost left for Rw9 here, though. He's got to be careful if he's going to fully commit to this. He might wish he did, because all he's done is given the ball away briefly. Really well done there, though, by Rw9. Double jump to hop over the attempted trip that Purposa was going for. Now Purposa's got to look out for the demo. Rw9 decides to play the ball instead. Pops it right at Purposa. Awkward save. Couple of stalls in his retreat here from Rw9 as he switches sides. Oh, Purposa's missed the flick. Well, that was a let-off for Rw9. Purposa earlier on completely nailed that exact same position. Rw9 races down the line, I should say. Top corner finish is good. And it's another comfortable game overall for Rw9. Look at this placement on the ground shot. Purposa got a piece of it, but not enough. Johnny knew what he's doing, seeding Shadi first, Rw9, and Diaz second, third. Hey, we'll see, we'll see. You know, the seeding for these tournaments has gone incredibly well, but I do think it's easier to seed 1v1 than any other game mode in Rocket League. It's much harder to get an upset win in a 1v1 series than it is 2s or 3s. Especially 3v3. 3v3 is a bit more upset prone, because there's less goals. You can steal more games with just one goal. And we might be seeing a forfeit here. Indeed, Purposa has called next after losing a 7th goal. Rw9 up to 1 double match point to him. Well, let's just go ahead and get into game 4. I'm actually kind of liking the anthems after the match. I'm not sure what you guys think about that, but yeah, we've got player anthems on, so goals and post games do have their anthems playing. One in chat if you're a fan. I think I like it. It's kind of cool to see what anthems they're rolling with, although I think most players don't actually have their anthems on for themselves. They just turned it on when the feature got added and then muted it on day 2. Forgot to start it off again. Diaz has taken a 2-1 lead against Tempo, by the way, so that Diaz-Rw9 round 2 match, the upper bracket semi, is looking likely. If Diaz and Rw9 can win one more game, they will be playing next on my channel. Alright, here we go with game 4. Rw9 again switching decal. He's not really found a preset that he's fully liked today. Is this his game 1 preset again? I can't remember what he played in game 1. Did he play this? Just classic Mina looking Fennec in game 1 before switching to Octane and then going back to the Fennec with a different decal. I think he's back to his game 1 preset. So that might be a sign that Rw9 isn't feeling 100% today. He didn't? I don't recall, but yeah. I think, did he play Fennec in game 1? I think he did. Almost every time you see a pro player switch a car or switch a preset even, it's because they're not feeling 100%. They don't feel as quick as they want to. They might be feeling a bit sluggish on the pitch. Might not be getting the crispiest touches that they want. That does not bode well for Rw9's tournament today. If he's not feeling 100%. And he might be in trouble against the other top tier competition. Could still be in trouble in this match. Purposa, tight angle shot, misses it. Rw9 recovers well and will take the lead here. That was a good try though by Purposa. And I kind of like that he went for the tight angle shot even though he missed it. He still had that aggressive mindset of this is a chance. I, have an opportunity to score here, so I'm going to go for it. Rw9 trying to switch up the pace on Purposa from close range with the shot. Oh, what a shot off the wall by Purposa though. Look at this. Perfect counter attack. Purposa saves to the sidewall, recovers, and then smokes it into Rw9's net across the pitch. Purposa plays the ball back to the corner. Somebody was mentioning, I can't remember what qualifier was, that Fairy Peak was planning to play in one of these Salt Mine quals. Is that a thing, or did he decide not to? I really did want to see Fairy Peak play in one of these. Rw9 going over the potential for an air dribble bump on that play. Really nice interception. And the easy ground pinch finish. Another back corner kickoff by Purposa. Rw9 tried to pop it on target. Purposa was there to steer the ball to safety. Half flip challenge by Rw9 is good. Purposa boostless, unable to recover. And it's looking like a more dominant game for Rw9 again. Yeah, we do need a Diaz command, don't we? I'm going to need to say it a million times. I'll be talking about it in the next match. It looks like we're going to get Diaz versus Rw9. Yeah, everybody, tell all your friends. If tell all your friends who have already qualified for one of the Salt Mines main events that they're allowed to try and qualify for the other one as well. Something that I believe will be possible in RLCS next season. Is that something that was announced, or have I made that up? I can't remember if I've made that up or if it was announced. Or rumored or whatever. A lot of rumors going around in the off-season. It's hard to remember which ones are real. But yeah, the 1v1 events for RLCS next season, the 1v1 World Championship, is going to be split between the two splits. I think it's EU and... Oh, who is it that has the first split, guys? Somebody remind me. Johnny's in trouble? I can't be in trouble about things I don't know for sure. But, yeah, I'm fairly certain that was... Fairly certain I read it somewhere. EU Sam. Lucas, yeah, okay, I believe Lucas. EU Sam in split 1, so yeah, European server and Sam server will get a 1v1 tournament in the first split that will result in a player qualifying for the LAN to try and become a major champion in ones. And then it's MENA NA in split 2, but that means of course that NA and MENA don't have a ones event in split 1. Now, you're all thinking, like I am, what about the MENA players who want to play in the EU tournament? Is that going to be allowed? Now, do you think it should be allowed is the question. Do you think it should be? In Split 1, should MENA players be allowed to play in EU? Should all players everywhere be allowed to play in EU? Or SAM, if they want to? Some people are saying no, that they want everything to be region locked. But I'm thinking, you know, if the rest of RLCS is not region locked, why should 1v1 be region locked? I think that in the current RLCS system of everything being open, all open quals, no region locking. Nice speed by Rw9. This recovery is absolutely perfect. Then, yeah, I don't think ones should be region locked either. And it does allow for more international competition, which ultimately is what we all want. We all want to see international comp. We want to see MENA versus EU. We want to see SAM versus NA. And we want to see, well, cross-Atlantic matchups as well. So I'm all for it. And that's what we've decided to do with Salt Mine as a result. We're saying, well, you know, if that's going to be the 1v1 meta for 2025, to just queue up for every region's tournament, regardless of where you're from, then we better go with that same system here. I do anticipate the, you know, same kind of players to do well. The players who have been doing well in, you know, open quals for Salt Mine, players who have been doing well in these off-season ones tournaments. I think it's going to be the exact same players doing well in 1v1 RLCS, because you've got to qualify for that as well. There are no invites in RLCS. So Rw9 going to try and put this one out of Purposa's reach for the double reset. Purposa does, however, reach it easily and cut the lead back to just 1 goal. Okay, but can Vitality, for example, can a Vitality guy play for EU in EU and NA? How would that work in ones? Well, like I said, in the first split, there is no NA 1v1 tournament. Purposa ties here with the kickoff possession play. So if someone from Vitality, or well, you know, if somebody from Vitality wants to try and qualify, I mean, you're probably talking about Zen, right? If Zen wants to try and qualify for the 1v1 major position, then he'd have to just play in Europe. But if someone like Daniel wanted to qualify for Major 1, he'd have to play in Europe or South American tournament. I imagine Europe, since NA won't have an event for that split. This is tricky for Rw9. Oh, he's been chased down. So close to being demoed. That was nearly a late lead for Purposa. Purposa trying to force the game 5. Just when it looked like Rw9 was going to force it out of reach. Purposa scored 2 straight. Rw9 the early challenge. Demoed on his recovery. Purposa's got a brief open net. Decides to play it to this wall instead because he was low on boost. Now here he comes with the air dribble. Reset. Mind game. Rw9 falls for it, but Purposa wasn't ready to get the shots on target afterwards. Now he's completely out of boost. Rw9 could just score this. Purposa's not able to get back. An absolute disaster for the Dutchman. He needed to flip earlier here. He just had to get more speed. And he didn't do it. And after a failed attack, the failed recovery leaves him with another 1-goal deficit. I could see him heading to the lower bracket after round 1 against Rw9 is what we all expected, ultimately. But Purposa, no doubt, did not want to go down like this. Rw9 just refusing to give him space in the final few plays, and that should be it. The ball will drop. Rw9 wins it 3-1 and advances to the upper semi-final.